Hi, welcome to McBoss Capital channel. My name is Michael Chu. I'm here with Sunil. We're going to talk about the stocks, how to trade the top stocks in this week. And a couple of stocks we will talk about for sure is CAVA and Zim, and maybe other ones. So yeah, feel free, if you like this video, if you learn anything from it, please like and subscribe. This is not investment advice. I'm showing you my trading style. If anything you like, please comment, or you have questions about. Thank you for watching this video. Okay, so the first stock we're going to look at is CAVA. So just to recap what happened recently, we have this rise right here, and then we have this earnings day that shook a lot of people like me, and I got undercut here because I set my stop here, and intraday I bought back because it was bouncing back, and then it came up to here 2 days of strong gains, and here I unloaded the day after, by the third day. I think in the morning we saw it reverse. So that's what happened recently, and right now it's probably pretty clear that it's on a downtrend now. Whether we will break this downtrend, we draw the downtrend line across the highs here, and it's pretty steep slope, as you can see. So it could come down really fast, so just be careful of that. We do have the 50-day rising, so we could find support there if we do come down. We also still have the 21-day pink line right here, which it hasn't touched yet, which is also a good sign. But like I say, the downtrend line is very important, because especially now we are 7 sessions into this downtrend line. The longer it takes to make new high, the higher risk, right, of this actually becoming a more severe correction rather than just a normal pullback. But because we did have a huge bounce here, so obviously it might take a little bit more time to digest as the 10-day and 21-day catch up. But right now we have fallen below the 10-day, so that's the first level it fell, and we have stayed below it on Friday as well. So that's also another negative. So the question is, it might test this 21-day and see where it goes after that, right? Will it come back, rebound? Obviously you don't want, it's best if it doesn't test it, but if it does, you want to see how it reacts. So now the day on Wednesday, and throughout today's theme on all the stocks I'm talking about, I pay particular attention to Wednesday, because Wednesday is the day that it bounced really strong, right? It bounced off this 10-day right here, right? To me, that, even though this is not much volume on Wednesday, but to me that bounce is very important, because the market did really good that day, and a lot of stocks did really well. Like, I was actually surprised when I look at the top list, that I look at, and I'll go to that list in a second. You can see that a lot of them bounce hard that day, and CAVA is no different. So I think CAVA bounced, let's see, 4%, which is decent, and it make a newer high than the previous day, and even the second day before. So like I said, I was expecting this to continue higher, but it didn't do that, right? Instead, that really forms the downtrend line now, because it came up here and then it kind of fall back, right? So Thursday was really negative, because Thursday it gave up all those gains plus more. So Thursday it lost 7%, right? So as I mentioned in my previous market cap video, Wednesday was a very crucial day. It bounced early in the morning. Let's go to the intraday chart. So here's Wednesday, right? It bounced really strong in the morning for most stocks in the general market, and I actually missed, like usually after the first hour or two, I like to, if it's still holding, I usually like to buy, but I just was too busy and didn't get a chance to buy, so I missed a lot of the stocks that are bouncing. So I just decided, hey, I don't want to chase any stocks. Obviously most of them continue to go up by the rest of the day. And I said, we'll see what happens on Thursday. And this stock gap down. You can see this huge gap down. And then it just went even lower throughout the day, right? And the big thing was for me was like, I want to see if it undercut this low. And this is, because if I bought it this day, that would be my stop. Because it's such a strong day for the general market and for many top stocks that I'm watching, that would be a good stop to put on. Obviously, this fell it like right away on the next day. So this is very negative, right? Yeah. And then, obviously, Friday didn't do much. It just kind of stayed below this level as well. So it tells me that, so all these people here are underwater on Wednesday. So not a very good sign. The downtrend is there. Whether this will turn into a bigger correction, I don't know. But, you can see the relative strength is going down. The other little thing I see here is that on Thursday and Friday, it did close at the bottom of the range. So that's also not a good sign. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to recap Zim. The green arrow is where I bought, and the red arrow is where I sold. So I'm out of these positions, this one. And then after that top here, right here, it kind of pulled back, and that was Monday, Tuesday. And Wednesday's bounce, again, Wednesday was a very important day. It shook up and make a new high. Like I was like, I didn't, like I say, I missed the morning, and it just went up too fast. I would have bought back in, but it just went up too fast, and I missed it, right? I think by the time, I'm thinking of buying was around here. So it did go up even more, but like I said, I don't want to chase any stock that day because, this could happen, and that's exactly what happened. The next day it gapped down, and then once it gapped down, it went down even further, Like, this is such a negative day. Why? Because not only did it undercut Wednesday's low, it undercut all these lows here. Like, so this is like a lot of people underwater right now who bought in even the last 2 weeks. So this is very, very negative. Like, this is even worse than CAVA. At least CAVA was able to stand between 10 and 21 day. Like, where is this standing right now? It's standing at 21 day. Again, where does it close? Close at the bottom of the range, right? So no power to even close at the top of the range. So very negative. Highest volume ever. That's also a negative sign right here. This is IBD market search showing that. So generally, when you see the highest volume at a breakout, so like, right here, or even right here, that's okay. Because that's exactly what you want to see when you see a breakout. So whether you're buying at this low handle right here, or at the traditional breakout point, those are good. But as you go higher and higher and you extend it, like we are extended over 50% here, by the top, now you see huge volume getting out here. So this is negative because people want to get out. That's why we have the highest volume ever. So largest volume since this base, right? So this is negative sign. And so now we are on a very steep downtrend. Like, this is probably the steepest you can have. It's pretty much straight down. If I draw this line right here, it's pretty much straight down. So this is very dangerous. Now it might, bounce a little bit here and test it a couple more times, and then we'll see how it reacts, and then it might fall again, right? Again, why is Wednesday so important? Because, before Wednesday, like last week we talked about this, a lot of the stocks weren't acting well. And this week, even despite Wednesday's bounce, a lot of stocks I'm seeing also still didn't do well. Like, even despite Wednesday's bounce. And Wednesday's bounce is very strong. Like this is a good example of it. And like that day, I just remember in the morning, I was like, wow, am I really missing out on this? And I feel so bad. I'm missing out on this the whole day because I just don't want to chase any stock. But by Thursday and Friday, so many stocks are given up. So I'm going to jump to my list now to show you. So the first list, I have two lists. One's from April 9 and one's from May 24. Because April 9 was just like, I think the last Fed meeting was April 10. So I decided to start tracking the leaders since that time. And then May 24th was just because of that Friday upside reversal, right? And so those are the two lists I have. So one's more recent. This one's older, which means the numbers in terms of the sort by price percentage. So that means WGS up 160% from the lows since April 9. So what I've done here is I color code the red ones are the ones that actually have went below Wednesday's low. Because like I said, Wednesday bounce is so strong, I don't expect them to come back to that low, especially not this fast. This should, if we're on the uptrend momentum, we should continue the uptrend because we have already come down from previous week, and when we have this bounce, we should continue that bounce, right? So what we want to see, and come back to this, use this as an example, is like, we should, go up and then, pull back and then bounce, and pull back and then bounce, right? That's what we want to see. But and then when we bounce and now it's pullback, but it pullback, look at where it undercut. It undercut the previous low here, which means the momentum is gone. Like the uptrend is not the same momentum anymore, right? So now it's going to have to reconsolidate and see where it happens next. Whether it's just going to form another base here, a shallow base, or is it going to form a deeper base, right? So those are things you should watch out for. But yes, Wednesday's low, anything that broke that, I mark it as red. So you can see here, ZIM, VITL, DMTX, First Solar. Like First Solar is not too bad, but Camry, CAVA, FN, Elan, Gas, ASC. Look at how many stocks broke that low on Wednesday. AWAP, these are PRCT, CRSKD, LNTH form. I mean, this is not good. And then from my other list from May 24, with Jeep Gaps, Burlington. So this one looks slightly better because this is more recent and it's sorted by performance, right? So obviously the ones that didn't go down came back up, but it's CRDO, Allo, ASND, Voyager. So, but anyhow, a lot of leaders got hit. So I would say, how many here? Like, and this, doesn't, there's more down here because they went down below the 50-day line. So like 1/3 of it has come down below that low. So, it has definitely deteriorated more, the leaders. And then the ones that are green, right? Meaning they haven't undercut that low, but where does it stand? So let's just use some examples here, like WGS, right? So I'm going to use WGS, the top one. And so, okay, just to recap a little bit, we went up, we had this big pullback, and we bounced. Okay, so where is it? So let me refresh this. And so Wednesday's bounce is right here. That's the low. That's where I draw that line. And then Thursday, give back. Friday, give back. Right? Both days closing near the lows. Now 10 days right here. So we haven't come close to 10 day. And you can see the 10 days very close to the low here of Wednesday. So that's the support line right there. That's the support line. So if it fell this, doesn't mean it won't bounce, fell one day and then bounce back. It could do that. But like I said, it shouldn't do that is what I'm trying to say, right? We should go up, bounce, and then go up, bounce, right? That's the pattern you want to see, right? It should always make a not too bad of a low here. So that's what so look at where WGS is. It's getting close to my stop, right? So I bought it on Thursday at the close, and I bought it Friday in the 1 hour. So that one was probably a little bit so here I bought probably around here, Thursday close, and then Friday morning I bought it around here. So where's Wednesday's low? Right here. So we were close to it. So you could break this, right? And I don't like if it breaks it, I'm not saying it's done, but when I look at the list overall, I'm seeing, let's say, a lot of stocks deteriorating, And who knows, next week maybe we're gonna have more deteriorating, and maybe another 1/3 of that list is gonna go. And that's really negative, because now we're starting to see leaders falling apart. So that comes to my next thing I want to talk about is this highest date. This is a column that I have here that show when was the highest value for that stock. Where was the high, right? And most of these are, at the top are looking okay, because they didn't top until, so like GPS. Okay, so let's say GPS, for example. So that's gaps. So June 3rd, right? That's what it says there. And go to daily chart. You can see right here, June 3rd. Yeah, so this is the top right here. So the further the time frame away from this date, like the longer the time period, the worse it's gonna get, right? Because that means it's not doing that pattern no more, where it goes up, bounce, goes up, bounce. We're not seeing that pattern anymore. That's what we're looking for in the momentum stock, right? So now this has fallen back 5 days now, and it's getting away further from this price. So you have both problems. You have time problem and a price problem. So now this momentum is gone. You don't see this pattern no more. That's what we're looking for in a strong stock, right? So let me go back to my other list, because that one has more. So we already talked about Zim. Yeah, like VITL. Okay, let's look at VITL. So here's VITL. It hasn't gone that much far down. It's at the 10-day right now. But the momentum, so this is, only 2 days ago. So it's not like a long period of time, right? But again, why is Wednesday such a strong day for the market and this stock? And then Thursday and Friday, it give back all the gains and more. So, right? And as you can see, the relative strength is coming down, right? I don't like seeing that. When I follow the leaders and the top stocks, I'm looking for outperformance, stronger relative strength, not the opposite, right? And this stock have done that for a long time, right? And now it's doing something counter to that trend. So I'm not saying they have top, I don't know, but something has changed. And this better bounce back really quickly, because if not, I can see more people selling, and more people selling are going to lead to more deterioration in price. So something to pay attention to. Yeah, okay, so not all stocks are doing bad, but like I said, a lot of them have given back Thursday and Friday. Like the green ones here, they haven't undercut the Wednesday low, but a lot of them are not doing so well. Like they could cross that on Monday if the market acts poorly, or even this coming week. But yeah, some of the good stocks. So not all are bad news. Look at CRDO for a second. So this is a software enterprise. Oh no, sorry, internet network. And look at, this is what we want to see. Wednesday bounce right here. This is near a breakout point too. So that's good news. And then Thursday, it gave back. But Friday, what happened? It bounced, new high. So that's what you want to see. And look at this. This is really good too. Volume is really good, right? Wednesday, Friday. Look at the volume on Thursday on the sell day. Very low. So this is a very good pattern, right? So that's CRDO. Let's see. I know we already talked about ARM in another video, but I'm going to talk about it again. Just because I really like this chart. Again, Wednesday bounce, Thursday didn't give back. Look at Friday. Even Friday, where's the volume? Look at that. Nobody wants to sell. Looks good. Sorry. Yeah, I'll talk about CAMT here. This is electrical science. Okay, so this stock is very stable before, as you can see. So it went up. We have this pullback. So we have this Wednesday bounce right here, and then Thursday give back, and then Friday we make a new high. So that's what you want to see. That's the momentum stock. That the kind of momentum you want to see. Goes up, pulls back, goes up. So that looks good. Next one. I don't know why my notepad always come back down. and let's talk about NVMI for a second. So this is a newer name. I don't know if I traded this before. I don't remember. Noah. This is in the chip area. So this one broke out, pulls back now. So Wednesday was the strong day. Thursday followed through. Friday, look at that. Pretty tight close. And look at the volume. No one wants to sell. Those are the things you want to look for on the uptrend. And you know, and again, this pattern you gotta put this in your brain and just remember this pattern. Always higher highs, higher lows. You don't want to see this come back down and break this low, because that's when the pattern is broken. Now it doesn't mean it won't bounce back. Sometimes it still could bounce back, but you know, we just have to manage our risk, right? Because oh yeah, so I didn't show. So now those are the good ones. Let me show you a couple that's pretty bad. Okay, we already talked about CAVA and ZIM. So this one, ARCT, was one of my trade this week. It's a biotech stock, and this is a nice cut with handle. Well, this is a lower handle, not quite a handle. But so Wednesday, look at this bounce on Wednesday right here. Thursday, if it gave back a little bit, nothing wrong with that, right? And then on Friday, I don't even know if there's news, but in the morning when it opens, I was like, you know, watching this carefully, and all of a sudden it just took a dive right here. There must be some news, but anyhow, it just keep dropping the whole day. This is when, like I said, you have to manage your risks. You know, no matter what situation, because you don't know, things like that could happen. It dropped 25% that day. So and obviously, you know, this is a biotech stock that obviously, you know, can do things like that. But just something to pay attention to, right? Is that, you know, the pattern looks perfect here. Wednesday's action looks perfect. Thursday looks fine too. Like even the volume was much lower. But sometimes if there's any news, you know, it's gonna move the stock, and sometimes you don't expect it. And that's why I always put a stop regardless, because that's something I've learned over time. Yes, sometimes you get tripped because it just undercut a little bit or whatever. But you know, you can always buy back if it does bounce back. So that's something, you know, I do. And yeah, I just want to, you know, talk about the notes here. I do believe the market is more, despite the volatility index, which we talk about in the last video, is coming down, but I do believe the growth stocks are a little bit choppier, and also, like I said, some of them, you know, are starting to come down more than they should. So maybe buying on pullback rebound is better than buying on breakout, but you know, who knows? Maybe some breakout will work, right? So you know, that's just something to consider. Again, I was using Wednesday's gap low as the support level for stop, just because on a strong day like that, you know, we don't want it to, you know, come back to that level, and some of them are doing that. Looking for stocks showing strong relative strength. Again, we're looking at mostly stocks here with momentum. This is very important. Not all stocks top at the same time. I'm going to come back to my list just to show you one more time. This is something I'm monitoring now very closely. You know, if the market do top, again, not all stocks will top at the same time. But eventually, if market goes into a bigger pullback or correction, they will eventually follow. And when that top happens, some of them could be, like I said, right now. Some of them could be longer, like Prime. So this one you can see May 21st. Let's just go check it out, just to see if this what does this tell you. So here you go. So Prime, you know, has this nice uptrend. It got rejected here at 200-day, and now look at that, May 21st. So that's like almost 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks now. It hasn't come back up. So the momentum is broken. So it basically, in my mind, it has topped. You know, Snap I mean, you know, Snap, you know, it has topped a while ago, but it's starting to come back. And sometimes they say time is important, right? So here's the top right here. So it went up really fast, and now it has topped. You know, it didn't drop that much because we're still in a pretty big base here. But here on Friday is really good action. Why? We have higher volume on the bounce, and again, Friday was a negative day, but the stock actually closed higher. And also we kind of came up above the 10-day. We also have really tight action recently, like over like many sessions, and we were able to come up. So you see my trend line right here. If it gap above this trend line, most likely I'll give it a go, because this pattern looks okay. But like I said, it has topped even earlier than most other guys, but you know, it could come back, and we'll see if that happens, right? So that's something, you know, to watch out for. So yeah, you know, Moderna is also another one that gapped it, that top. So let's just, because I talked about this in my previous video, and I show you how to sell it, and just look at the pattern right now. It has pulled back pretty hard. It's now coming back above the 10 days, so that's good action. So but you know, we're still on the downtrend line right here. But yeah, we'll see if we bounce above this. So Wednesday's action was good. Thursday, Friday give back, but volume, look at the volume, really dry up. So that's a good sign. So yeah, watch for that, because either the downtrend will continue if it failed to break out. But yeah, so yeah, I pay attention to when was the recent high, right? That's very important. We're gonna talk about this. Use a strong day's low as the support level. If it fails, you know, maybe it shows signs of weakness. Again, the pattern I'm looking for on a momentum stock is like in an uptrend, it goes up 3 days up, and then it come back down. So let's say 3 days down, it should have a higher low, right? And then it bounce again, and then make a higher high. So that's kind of the pattern here. On the opposite side, if it's a downtrend, you're gonna see, you know, 3 days up, but when they come back down 3 days, you're gonna have lower lows, right? And also, you know, you're gonna have lower highs too. So it's kind of like the opposite, right? So that's how you spot downtrends and uptrends. Usually I just draw the highs on the chart. The longer it takes to bounce and make new high, the higher chance of a correction, right? A bigger pullback. So something to watch out. Again, I already talked about this. Wednesday I didn't buy. I bought Thursday in the end of the day because I didn't want to chase. If I did chase it, I would be much underwater right now. So, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But in this environment, I feel like the market is just very weak. Despite market index hitting new highs and holding near the highs, but the breadth is just getting weaker and weaker, and my list is getting like, you know, just showing lots of weakness, which I don't like. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my video. Thank you.